finally come for us to tackle the front facade of this 1880s renovation. And I tell you, it is just as unattractive as nearly every other space in the house has been to date. There's asbestos dropping from the ceiling of the veranda. There's rusty, leaky roofs. I have no doubt when we remove the asbestos that half of the members in the ceiling are going to be rotted. There's concrete, there's cracked balustrades, there's a fair amount of ugliness, and there's a really unbalanced, not symmetrical front facade. There's so many things about this facade which aren't appealing, and there's a lot of work to do. But this one is going to take some serious muscle. These tall balustrades have to go. They're cracked, they're falling down, and they're dangerous thanks to the beautiful big tree that is only meters from it. So I need to get active with this sledgehammer and see how far I can get in knocking these down. Well, that didn't really go to plan, did it? And apparently the reason it's nearly impossible is although they might be cracked and the bricks falling out, the render that's on the internal wall of this balustrade is holding it tight. So Regan's decided, enough muscle, let's bring in the big gun in the form of a quick cut saw.
Sledgehammer? That's because I loosened it off first. Look, hold on.
Maybe.
Hey!
Some real muscle.
It could just come away, shouldn't it? It's not going to. Watch out.
Aha, much, much easier.
That's how it's done, Mr. Zach. That was a fun hit. That feels solid. Ta-da!
If you've seen room 1 and 2 transformations at Carrington House, you'd know all about the incredible doors from Hume Doors. This was quite a challenge, but the Ferris Building team took it in their stride and got the job done. Now the front of the house has some beautiful, beautiful symmetry. We've had the asbestos removed from the underside of the veranda by licensed professionals. And what that's revealed is that most of the supporting beams up there are either too small or completely rotted out. It's been leaking for, I dare say, decades. So there's not much up here that can be salvaged. It might have taken forever for us to knock down the brickwork, but this roof is coming off super quick. You don't realise until the porch awning is gone how much character it actually adds to the house. The poor thing looks naked now, but thankfully, as quick as it went down, it's going to go back up.
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Friday.
Thanks.
International. Happy
Is it really?
It is.
So, since you were here last, they pulled down the roof. There wasn't very much holding the roof up. And I know that, I know we've got to get the roof on really quickly so that we don't ruin our doors, even though they're sealed. So, I'm sensing that there were some challenges in framing up the roof.
Look, you're right in saying that. Some of the challenges were that because the building's so old, we've
1880's we're thinking.
1880s?
We're thinking.
Very old then.
Yeah.
Look, it wasn't square. So some of the challenges we're facing and what the boys are thinking ahead about, and I'm going to use my hands to explain this.
I'm watching.
Is roof sheets need to be parallel when we put them on.
Correct.
If we've got corrugated roof sheets,
They need to groove in together.
They need to groove in together.
Yep.
Now, what's happened with your roof and your building is the building comes out one way.
Yep.
And the balcony or the veranda comes out the other way.
Awesome.
Now that's an exaggeration.
Yep.
To fix that, we need to make sure our roof sheet framing is square. Otherwise, when we come to the end up here, we'll have a gap
little
of
slither at one end.
this and that.
So how do we fix that?
So what Regan's managed to work out is the spacings of the roof sheets being in parallel across a not square building.
Okay.
So how we do that, we can actually what we call creep the sheets, where they actually pull apart just by 5 or 10 mil per sheet. So at the end, they all
You make up the difference.
work over what it is.
A bit like when you're wallpapering.
Yeah.
Either neat or just a mil. And
So-
then that can make up at the end.
This is what the boys need to consider and think about throughout the preparation and the planning of these roof sheets. It's not just, oh, hi, what colour do we want? Maybe on here. It needs to be about...
Not that that's all I think about.
No, but, you know, we had to pull off the old, you know...
I don't think there was anything that they saved. I was here when they demoed. Fascia, front supporting beam, everything was rotted.
And we keep harping on about the damage of water. That is water rot. That enables
That's not
the
even
little
termites,
borers.
is it?
Yeah, it enables borers to get in there. That wasn't termites.
No.
So water again is it's a big.
So that can be done. But what do you think is the best way for us? Because obviously too many of those bricks came out when we got rid of the cracked front facade. So we're going to need to replace some of them to then tile it all up. So what are you imagining we could do that with? Sincerely. And can I do it? Is it something you want the boys to do?
I think you can do it.
Oh, thanks.
I think you can do it with 2 hands.
And what are we going to stick it with?
Bit of sand and cement.
I don't want to mix shit. Can I get something in tube? I'm being sincere.
No, you have to mix shit.
I don't want to mix anything.
You have to mix
There
it.
has to be something that comes in a tube.
You just add water, and you can get the drill bit that just you stand there and it's very.
I want it to come in a tube. What about like nails no more? Or can I not just... I'm being sincere.
No.
Yes. Yes. Let's find a solution.
What the mud will do is separate the bricks enough that you can get the levels right throughout. The problem with tube or pre-made stuff, there'd be little out there that would take...
Little? So there is something. There is something.
I don't know what it is. I don't put out there that I know all, but right now, sand
There
and
would have
cement
to be something that I could
with a
put in
brickish
there,
trowel
right?
and put it on there. That's your challenge over the weekend.
I could mix up sand and cement.
Sand and cement.
Can't I? Josh, is there anything in a tube that I can glue those bricks back on with? Oh! Hey!
And you need about a 10 mil gap.
That's like using the Bentley of products and price wise
It comes in
for
tube?
something that you still have to mix it.
Work really fast.
I don't want to mix.
5 minutes.
Right, I'm barring you too, Regan. Josh, you're my last challenge.
I wouldn't use Chemset.
What would you
You'd have
use?
to be too quick. It's mortar.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So that chat just then with Josh and the boys wasn't about me being a princess. It was about me showing you that your trades know so much. And if you ask a question enough times and again and again and again, you'll be absolutely blown away at what they know and they're happy to share. That's all it was.
The skies might be blue right now, but we are set for big storms, and we really need to make sure we protect the front facade of this house when it is so exposed. So the Ferris boys are working double time to get these sheets on and secured in time. Now, you could just leave your porch roof there, but for me, the underside is as or more important, especially from a visual perspective. So I'm bringing a bit of old world charm back into this veranda with some gorgeous lining boards, easy to find, simple to install, and paint up beautifully. This episode of my 1880s house restoration. If you'd like to know more about Carrington House, see other rooms we've done or will be doing, check out the products that we've used, our trade and supplier team, as well as get all the behind the scenes footage and all the specifications, colours and finishes I've chosen for every space, then head on over to my website, naomifindlay.com/Carrington House, and everything you need will be right there.